Back out at the garage with your boy, Noah Grace, of course. Today, we're covering a few interesting topics. Something a little different here. First one being old Mazdas. Why old Mazdas? The main one being the car you've all heard about. The one you've seen at every car show at least a handful of times, if not 11 to be exact. Miatas. First gens, second gens, maybe you get that odd guy that likes the boats, the NCs. They're not obnoxious. I actually like the NCs a lot. Different topic. Or if you get, boatload of money guy, he's got himself an ND, snazzy looking guy, looks like the confused cat. But, Miatas. Owned by so many people, such a diverse crowd. The stance guys, the drift guys, the autocross guys, the rallycross guys, the drag guys. Whether they be drag racing them, or if they really just want to go slow for once and have the top down. One of those guys. Nonetheless, Miatas are just where it's at. You want something with good weight distribution, 50-50. Low center of gravity, Miata. Good handling, Miata. Pop up and down headlights, Miata. They're just all around so usable, so versatile. You can do anything with them if you really want to. Same as this other old Mazda here. This is a first gen RX-7. This is a SA22C to be specific. This is a 1980. Of course, she's a little empty right now. I'm actually going to put you on the out-zoomed. Boom. A little empty right now. I sold a drivetrain last night. Very depressing. But good things to come. Nothing good lasts forever, and there will always be a motor or an engine out there for it. Whatever may have you. Got the fancy bits for the Miata sitting there. Put new bushings in them. Super Pro to be exact, so about mid-grade polyurethane going in this guy. Like I said, you can do anything. You can go into this with zero know-how. And then you get here. Try to make a 32-year-old car with 250,000 miles look good again. We've got our few iffy spots here and there. You're going to have that on a car that is old. Or double my age. I'm 21. That car's 43 years old. What do you gotta do? You can go into these cars. Mazdas, Hondas, your basic Toyotas, some BMWs. Just early cars. You can go in it with no know-how. And just a whole lot of full send idealism. No idea what the hell you're doing. And just do it. All around versatile cars. Any drivetrain, whatever the hell you want. Mazdas though. Versatile. They make a swap kit to put a BMW ZF 5-speed in that car. So I can hold all the beans through that transmission. Yeah, my diff is going to explode way, way before that. But that's the fun part. If you're not on the verge of breaking parts, are you really doing it right? This guy, no braced rear axle, 1,191 horsepower to the wheels. Just a 9-inch. It's not stock 9-inch, but it's not like balls to the wall for the amount of power he's putting down on the ground. So we'll skip off the old Mazdas here. We'll change her around for you. Now, we're going to talk about these. Especially different. This one, of course, I'm going to get all the owners here to talk about their whips and what the plan was, what actually happened, and how it went completely off the beaten path. This car here started out being way different. Just a junkyard dog. She's got some age to her. It's what adds character. Every car needs a little bit of character. All of them. Character. This one started out with way more tame goals than where it's at now. You know, he's on methanol now, of course. Got those massive breather pipes coming through. No more intercooler. Side note, looking to get some powder coating done. I know a guy. You know, they've seen a few scratches. They've been beaten out before, but they'll be redone along with a whole bunch of other stuff in the engine bay. But look at this. Look at this precision performance product shifter here. Look at that rainbow flake in that. You know who powder coated that? And the turn signal lever. That guy right there. He's got some fancy bits as well. We'll talk more on that later on. Then we got this guy with the fancy air shifter edition here. He's got the whole compressor and a little mini air tank on the back. You know, Viair. I'm sure you Stance guys know a little bit about the Viair systems. Your bags and such. This car is just crazy though. It started out being way different. Completely different goals. If you'd like to hear more about it, know all about it, I can make a whole movie about this with the owner. We could talk for a good while if you're buckled down for one of those kind of videos. Next up, we have my brother's other best friend in his, I think it's a 2001 New Edge. Started out with a 4.6 on 3 turbo kit, making some spicy power, you know. Then he went way off the beaten path, way off his original mindset. Now it's got a Gen 4.5 3.0 Silverado and a big spoolie boy hiding up in there. You know, tucked up in there finally. Boom. Look at that pretty blue. That's the best thing about powder coat, people. Stay strong for all these tough times. Do a big story on this one too. It's got a lot to tell about it, for surely. Next up, my future sister-in-law's El Camino. Your boy personally has done a little bit of work on this thing. It was bought for a good price. But I was Flintstoning. So I put a floor in it. It's not the best floor you've ever seen. Trust me. But it's not what they're looking for. Looking for a nice street car. No show cars. None of these are show cars. That's the closest one. This is the rear section of floor pan out of my 1989 Trans Am that actually fit just about perfectly in this. Of course, you'll see it took some persuasion, some love, TLC. Nonetheless, no more holes in the floor. She's solid. You can jump on that thing. It's good to go. Door pins. Got a 400 small block in there. Of course, long tubes. Possibly a cam, we're not sure. Carbureted. I think it's a 650 maybe? 750? I don't know. It's a 6.6 liter. It needs the stuff. Makes all the low-end torques. Nonetheless, if you'd like to hear more about these cars, I'm going to be making videos on them. I'll pressure all of these people into making videos with me. Not like, you know, severely. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, but they will be forced into making videos if they're somewhat willing. I'll just push them off the edge, you know, go down that path. Takes everybody some time. But that's really about it. It's just rambling garbage. An update from what's been happening lately. Drivetrain sold. Still building the BP4W for the Miata. Manley rods, Wiseco pistons. Those are the main bits everybody cares about, but there's a whole shebang that goes into it. And back here, I just have garbage. That's where I was working on my zinc plating, of course. So I just have all my garbage here. Underneath here, we got those beautiful Arelli Assassins. Not many of you know about those wheels. Here hides the Renesis. This came out of an 05 automatic RX, 04, 05 automatic RX-8. So it is the 4-port, Jesus. It is the 4-port Renesis. And it will be going in that car back there using a beautiful Holley Sniper EFI system with a 4150 intake manifold on the Renesis. The Renesis is a very misunderstood rotary. They're all misunderstood, really. This car had 157,000 miles on it when I pulled the engine. Ran like a top. Probably shouldn't have sold it. But the Renesis in general, one of the most misunderstood rotaries. Sold in a sports car commuter platform. Great cars. I love the RX-8s. Great handling, great looks, aesthetics. But the Renesis in general, highly misunderstood. Mainly because, they told them to put 5-weight oil in them. I like to run 20W50 in my rotaries. They like that. They like the high zinc stuff, And not a whole lot of people like to beat their rotaries like you should. They need to hit redline. I'm not talking free rev redline. I'm talking you need to drive that thing to the limit. Not to the limit of the road. Just, put a little bit of spice in there. A little bit of spice. Just give her the good foot. Give some sauce. Burn those carbon deposits out. It'll last you a lot longer than you think it will. With not a whole lot of maintenance. But if you want to see a Renesis swap first gen RX-7, if you want to see BP4W from NB1 Miata, go in this 1991. Got my schematics and pinouts there in those packets. Stick around for that one. If you want to hear about any of these monstrous cars here, and loads more to come. This is not all I have planned, of course. Stick around. Like to have you. If you made it the whole way through the video, I appreciate you. If you want to, drop a like. If you feel like it, subscribe. There'll be more stuff like this. I appreciate you. Have a good weekend. I love you. See ya.